Welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation. This is our meditation step-up series. This is designed for people that have been meditating for a while and not for newcomers. So if you didn't meditate in Sahaja Yoga before, or if you didn't get your self-realization, we have a series called Meditation First Steps that might be appropriate for you. All right, so for those who have been meditating, let's put our hands on our laps and we are going to, as usual, raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in a bandhan. So let's do it together. We can raise our Kundalini 3 times. We can do 3 knots at the 3rd time. And we can put ourselves in a bandhan. The right hand starting on the left, half a circle around us and back 7 times. Protecting our aura, our 7th chakra. And we can put our hands on our laps, keeping our attention above our head. We can close our eyes and start to put our attention inside. Reducing our thoughts. Just being in the present moment. You will notice your breathing will slow down. Your tensions will drop. And you might starting to feel the coolness in your hands or above your head, or maybe a pressure on top of your head at the fontanelle area. All right. So today we are going to talk about the 2nd chakra called the Swadistan chakra. And the quality of that chakra is creativity. On the left side, it's the pure knowledge. And on the right side, it's the pure attention. As you know, we have 7 chakras, and each of these chakras has 3 aspects, most of them. The main aspect, we call it the center, the right aspect of the chakra, and the left aspect of the chakra. And when the left side of the chakra is developed, the creativity is expressed by a lot of artistic talents, like musicians, artists, poets, also mastery in different crafts and abilities. The principle of the chakra is in India, in the Indian tradition, represented by Sri Saraswati, who is holding a musical instrument in her hands, a veena, and Sri Brahmadeva, who is recognized as the creator. Now, how to express this creativity? I think the best way is to look at the nature around us. If you look at Mother Earth, if you look at the nature, you see just beauty, you see the creativity, you see the flowers, the forests, the mountains, the oceans, the lakes, and everything is so beautiful, so much in harmony, so much in balance, and there is no filth. It's just done automatically. It's only when us human beings go somewhere, you can actually figure out a human being was there, because that's when you have some filth around, bottles lying around, so on and so forth. So the quality of that center is that we develop an artistic perspective in things, either by doing artistic activities or by enjoying art that elevates, art that gives us vibrations. We start to enjoy things that are aesthetically rich, things that add value, things that actually, from which you can feel the vibrations. For example, when you look at a beautiful painting, when you look at a painting of renowned artists like Michelangelo, like Leonardo da Vinci, when you listen to poems of realized souls like William Blake's, when you listen to music from great composers like Mozart, for example, or Sebastian Bach, you can actually feel the vibrations. You can feel the beauty, not only perceive it with your senses, but through the vibrations. And the work of these artists is of eternal value. And this is why it's beyond time. While everything that is more at a gross level, that doesn't have these beautiful vibrations, artistic vibrations, they disappear over time. So this is certainly a quality that we can develop. And in my own experience, when I started Sahaja Yoga, I was listening to a bit very modern music, a very loud music. And as I grew more deeper, suddenly I didn't find it attractive, and my taste, I could see my taste over time change progressively to enjoy music that actually nourishes me and enhances my vibrations. So the Swadistan chakra is the second chakra, is the one in yellow on the chart. It's located between the Muladhara and the Nabi. And this chakra is actually rotating around the third chakra, the Nabi chakra. And the circumference it's actually doing while rotating defines what we call the void, or the ocean of illusions, something that we are going to explore in a further session. This center, the color of this center is yellow, and it has 6 petals, or 6 subplexuses. From a physical perspective, this center looks after our liver, kidney, spleen, pancreas, some part of the intestine, uterus. But one of the key aspects of that center, it is transforming the fat cell. The liver is transforming the fat cell in the stomach and transforming them into gray cells that are actually used by your brain. So if this center is not in balance, there are a lot of organs that can be affected by it. So now let's have a look at the left and the right aspect of that center. The left side of the Swadistan chakra is all about the pure knowledge within us. a knowledge that is adding to our ascent, knowledge of our vibrations, of our chakra, mastery in whatever we do. While on the right side, it's all about our pure attention. And the attention that actually allows us as well to grow, attentions to the right things, attention that again gives us the right perspective to grow spiritually. On the body as well, the Swadistan chakra is represented by our thumbs on our hands, by the third toe on our feet. And on our head is just around the Muladhara chakra we saw the last time, a bit on the sides here. Not on the top there, but a bit on the sides, like that. So when you meditate, if you can feel coolness in your thumbs, you can actually know that your Swadhisthana chakra is well in balance. If you feel pressure, tingling, or numbness on both thumbs, toes, or maybe a point at the level of this second center here or on the head, indicates there is some blockage. If you feel it only, this numbness or tingling only on the left, it indicates an issue with the left side. While if you feel it only on the right, it indicates an issue on the right side. So creativity, intuition, aesthetic, artistic talents are really the qualities of that center. What is affecting the Swadhisthana chakra is that we have an angry personality, angry against other people or even angry towards ourselves. If we are overactive, overthinking, if we put a lot of pressure on everything all the time, if we are planning and we cannot stop planning all the time, if we are always in a rush, take your breakfast, eat it in the car while driving and calling someone, or if you feel the need to always be speedy to feel alive, certainly this is affecting the Swadhisthana chakra quite a bit. If you, for example, need to have shock your system to feel alive, and a simple way, just look at some of the modern art, some of the movies, some of the games currently that are out there. If you look at a movie these days, it's very hard to see anything that has no violence, anything without crime in it. So what can affect the left side is actually to indulge into wrong or useless knowledge, like black magic, or if you follow a false guru that guides you not in your spiritual ascent, but more for their personal benefit, bad habits, or if you are controlled by other people or hypnotized by other people, all that can affect the left side of the Swadhisthana chakra. On the right side, which is the liver, again I said that the liver is transforming the fat cell into great cell to be used by your brain. So if you are thinking too much, planning too much, this poor liver has to send all these cells to your brain, and there's not enough attention to the other organs, important organs that it has to look after, meaning that can create some significant health issues in you. So this center is affected if you have a very bad attention. If when you go somewhere, you look right, left, you cannot have an attention that's stable and settled. If you have extremist or fanatical behaviors, if you are more on the ego side, or if you tend to dominate other people. What's also very damaging for that center, especially on the right side, is anything that's linked to poisons. And when I say poisons, is drugs, people who indulge in drugs, even alcohol, anything that's actually reducing your consciousness, because reducing your consciousness goes against your spiritual ascent, which is all about going deeper and more subtle in your consciousness. What can also affect the right side of this chakra is bad eating habits that can put a lot of strain into your system. So this is a bit of an explanation of the Swadistan chakra. What we're going to do now is listen to a video of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Sri Mataji, who is the source of all the knowledge that you are learning in this webcast, that will talk to us about the power of Sri Saraswati and creativity.
With love, all kinds of creative action takes place. You see how Raulbai has love for me. And in this place, you all also got new ideas of creating a beautiful thing. And as love will increase, your creativity will develop. So the basis of all creativity of Saraswati is love. If there is no love, there is no creativity. It's even in the deeper sense. You see, people who have created all the scientific things are also out of love for the masses, not for themselves. Nobody has produced anything for themselves. If they make something for themselves, it has to become for universal use, otherwise it has no meaning. Even if you say atom bomb and all these things are created from science, they are also very protective. If they had not created those, people would not have taken out their minds from war. Now nobody can think of having a big war. Of course they are having cold wars, but that also will gradually stop when they will be fed up of it. So all the activity on the right hand side of Saraswati basically has to end up in love, starts with love and ends up in love. Whichever does not end up in love, coils up and finishes up. It just disappears. So you can see that even matter which is not used for love just finishes. The basis has to be love. Otherwise, all such matter that we create, which has angularity, which is not fitting into the mass media, which is not appealing to the masses. Of course, it takes time. We have seen that it takes time. But it has that tendency always disappear in the thin air as soon as you find it does not appeal to the masses. Now this love of that we talk of, this great love of God we talk of, we know that it for definite through vibrations. People do not have vibrations, but still we can feel the vibrations in a very unconscious way. All the great paintings of the world have vibrations. All the great creative works of the world have vibrations. Only those who have vibrations have been sustained by time. Otherwise, all other things are destroyed. There must have been monuments and horrible statues and horrible things that have been created long time back, but were all destroyed by nature, and they could not stand the impact of the Kala, that is the destructive power of time. So all that is sustaining, all that is nurturing, all that is ennobling comes from this sense of love which is within us, very much developed, but within others also who are not yet realized. Ultimately, the whole world has to realize that one has to go to that ultimate love of God, otherwise it has no meaning. Now you have seen in art, people have taken to other methods of appealing to people by using cheap things and very vulgar things, just to make people think that this is art. But this will all disappear. It cannot sustain the impact of the time, as I told you. It cannot. Because the time will kill it. All these things have to disappear. And already you can see the result, how things are changing everywhere, even in the West. So there is no need to be so much disappointed with the West and to say that the Western world is a wasteland. It is going to be alright, and it has to be done. Especially it has done a lot of puja of Saraswati, I should say, in the West. Much more that they have done in India, because they have gone to learning, they have tried to find out so many things. But only thing they forgot that it is a goddess of learning. Everything comes from the goddess. That's what they forgot. And that's why all the problems have been created. If there is no spirit in your learning, if there is no source of the goddess in your learning, then it is absolutely useless. If they had realized that there is the spirit that is working it out, they would not have gone that far. And that's what I was warning the Indians all through, that you are now taking to industrial revolution in a way. And to avoid all the complications of industrial revolution, you must try to know the spirit. If you do not know the spirit, you will have the same problems as these people have. Because they are also human beings, you are also human beings. You will go the same way, at random you will run, and there will be problems, the same problems as the Western people have suffered. Now, Saraswati's blessings are so many that one cannot describe in such a short time. And the Surya has given us so many powers that it is impossible to tell them even in one lecture, even in 10 lectures. But how we go against Surya and how we go against Saraswati while doing the worship of Saraswati is to be seen very clearly within ourselves. For example, the Western people are very fond of Surya because they have no Surya. But they go too far with it, as you know, and create complications within themselves of Surya. But the main thing that one has to achieve through Surya is the light within. And if Surya Chakra at the Agya level is occupied by Lord Jesus Christ, then it is even more essential that the purity of life, what we call niti, is the morality of life. The morality itself has become very much sort of an argument in the West. People don't have any sense of absolute morality. On vibrations, of course, you know. But they have gone all against it. Those who are the worshippers of Jesus, those who are the worshippers of the Surya, of the Saraswati, have all gone against the powers of Surya, just disobeying it. Because you cannot be a Surya if you do not have a proper sense of morality and holiness. The Surya itself brings light. You see everything. So many qualities Surya has got. It dries up everything that is wet, dirty, filthy. It dries up all these places which create parasites. But so many parasites are created in the West. Not only parasites, but there are horrible cuts and horrible things which have come into those countries, which is supposed to be full of light. And in that darkness, they exist. Darkness about their spirit, darkness about their own knowledge, and darkness about love. These three things have taken over in the places where you are supposed to love light. Light doesn't mean what you see with your gross eyes. Light means from within, the light of love. That one should understand. Light of love. And it's so soothing, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful, it's so enamoring, it's so abounding that unless and until you can feel that light within you, that light which is of pure love, of purity, pure relationships, pure understanding, if you can develop that kind of a light within yourself, then whole thing will be cleansed. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. This is what happens to you when you are completely cleansed. The purest form of nature is within us. The purest form of nature is within us. Our chakras are made out of that purest form of nature. We are the only people who are spoiling it by our mental thinking. Again, the same Saraswati. We are going against Saraswati itself. Saraswati cleanses all that is impure in nature, while with our brain activity we are spoiling. All our brain activity goes against pure intelligence. And that's what one has to understand, that this pure intelligence is not to be soiled by our thinking. Our thinking can make us so bumptious, so ego-oriented, so impure, that we can really eat the poison and say, what's wrong? Just the opposite of Saraswati. If Saraswati is within us, she gives us Subuddhi, wisdom.
So, how to improve our Swadhisthana chakra? As usual, for every chakra, for every channels, for your spiritual growth, there is no substitute to meditation. Meditation in the morning, meditation in the evening. There is no substitute to that. What is very good for the Swadhisthana chakra is to actually take foot soaks, meaning putting our feet in salty water in the evening to absorb the heat, because the element of the Swadhisthana chakra is the fire. When it comes to, if you feel the left Swadhisthana tingling, the left thumb tingling, you can put a candle behind you when you meditate. As usual, we have the photo of Shri Mataji in front of us with a candle. You can also put a candle. We call it candle treatment. Candle at the back and even one in front if you feel it quite a lot. And for the right side, what you can do is to put an ice pack to cool it down. So take an ice pack from the fridge, wrap it in some cloth so that it's not in direct contact with your skin or you, and put the ice pack just for a few minutes to cool down your liver. You have people that have different type of liver. You have a hot liver or a lethargic liver, and that can reflect on your personality. And as usual, as I mentioned before, I was talking about bad eating habits. Reduce the intoxicants. Alcohol is very bad. Heavy food that's very heavy on your system also, it can be quite an issue. So how to improve it further? So we are going to meditate on the chakra, and what we are going to do today is simply say the mantras, starting with the mantra of Sri Ganesha, and then we're going to say 3 mantras during that meditation. The first one is the mantra of Sri Sarasvati Brahmadeva for the central part of this chakra, then of Sri Nirmala Vidya, which is the left side of this chakra, and Nirmala Chitta, which is the right side of this channel. And we'll meditate a little bit. And while we meditate, we are going to listen to music, which is an expression of creativity, of artistic qualities and artistic talent. And then we'll finish up with the 3 mantras of the Sahasrara chakra. All right? Excellent. So let's put our hands on our laps. We can close our eyes. And the first thing we can do is to say the mantra of Sri Ganesha. And if you don't know the structure of the mantras, they will be displayed on your screen each time we say them. So put your right hand on the ground or towards the ground if you are sitting on a chair. You can put your attention at the Muladhara chakra, at the base of your spine. And we can say the mantra to Sri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And keeping your attention at the first chakra, you can simply pray to Sri Ganesha to remove all obstacles in the ascent of our Kundalini. Putting back our right hand on our lap. We can now say the mantra of Sri Brahmadeva Sarasvati. Putting our attention on our second chakra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahmadeva Sarasvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And within us, we can ask, "Oh Mother Kundalini, Mother, please give me the power of pure creativity. Help me to manifest beauty. Now putting our attention in the lower part of the abdomen, but on the left side of the Swadistan chakra. And here we can say the mantra of Sri Nirmala Vidya, which means pure knowledge. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Vidya Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And here we can say, O Mother, please give me the pure knowledge of the Divine. The subtle knowledge. And now we can put our attention to the right side of the Swadhisthana chakra. And here we can say the mantra of Sri Nirmala Chitta, which means the pure attention. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Chitta Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And we can also pray, O Mother Kundalini, please give me a pure attention. Now we can raise our attention on top of our head without thinking, and just meditate for a few minutes with some music. Now we can say the 3 mantras of the Sahasrara chakra. Again, they are on your screen as well. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasarasvati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And without thinking, let's just put our hands in front of us, in front of our heart, palm towards the sky. And just see if you can feel the coolness, if you can feel the vibrations. Maybe some tingling, which is an indication of your subtle system, which allows you to correct your subtle system, to grow spiritually. And we can put back our hands on our laps. As usual, when we finish the meditation, we are going to raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in the bandhana. Let's do it together 3 times. And the bandhana 7 times. And again, you can feel certainly more vibrations than before the bandhana. All right, I hope you enjoyed this session about the second chakra, the Swadistan chakra. If it's possible where you are, there is nothing replacing going to meet other Sahaja yogis if you live near a Sahaja yoga center in your suburb, city or country. There's only so much we can do on the webcast. And they will be able to show you in more details the different techniques and some more as well. So in the meantime, we will cover another chakra in the next session of Sahaja Yoga Meditation Step Up. So in the meantime, thank you very much, and I hope to see you all very soon.
into